And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. I am John Galt. We're going to give this one another try. We're going to take out Stevie J here on the top floor. I've got Paco with me, coming after my only lead, the only person that might have some information as to what happened the night Sam was murdered. But first, we need to find her, we need to free her, and we've got some baddies up this way that aren't really playing around. So, if you remember last episode, we tried a couple times, could not successfully, couldn't pass the level, couldn't find Coyote. We just made a series of kind of silly mistakes by rushing in, so I think we need to rethink the strategy here. Let's see how far we can get with this. So first thing I want to do is probably mark some of these people. Let's see, so I can do 69. Cooldown is 1. 95 on you, Thistle. Target marked. And yeah, probably want to go over this way. Fist. There we go. 80. Let's see if I got the hit there. 18 points. Oh, but you healed 13. Aim accuracy up by 12. This is not good. 6 damage there. A raspy, manic voice booms over the Penthouse PA system. You really think you can come in here and shoot up my place? Do you know who I am? I know who you are. You're the guy I'm gonna kill. Okay, so we are wounded. We've got enough health for now. Is this still on cooldown? I'm popping that right here. Miss, and I'm going to pop up this way. It's going to get us a little bit more protection, and we are taking the shot. Actually, I want to get, yeah, her out of the way here. Good. So that's going to take out the mage, prevent him from healing up quite as much as he otherwise be able to. 6 damage. Take it. 3. Take it. Missing 4. Well, we got to reload. There's a hit. 3. And miss. At this range with the pistol I've got, just not really working out for me. 2 misses on that. Good. 3. Yeah, we are just kind of chipping away at this one here. But, no, I can't. And with a bloody gurgle, Stevie J is no more. Congratulations, my friends. But we're not done yet. Let's get a reload here. Good, and I want to reload here. I should have busted out his firearm earlier on in the mission. I kind of thought he just had a bat. So I know there's another henchman down here, but I'm not sure. Let's get there, and I'm going to shove the zebra meat through the bars. I'm glad we picked that up. Hellhounds devour the zebra meat in a few massive bites, and they let out a contented growl. Let's see what we can find. Nothing in here. I'm going to let this guy down there for now. That looked like it hurt. And there we go. Keep Coyote alive. Find Coyote. Good. Gain 3 karma. Let's head right in here. Oh! I thought that's who we were going for. Hey, nice. She is not messing around here. All right. Coyote's badly injured, but she's managed to hold it together. Hey, she looks messed up here. Are you all right? No time to talk. Coyote kneels and picks up the fallen guard's shotgun. It's time to finish this. Oh, you know what? I could have used her in the encounter here. Didn't even occur to me. Let's head back out. So we do have one more bodyguard out here, right? Spade is wounded. It doesn't look like I could actually use the dog or anything. I don't see this guy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where he is. I don't really want to move him out too far, though. There we go. And we're going to bring you out here. You're right here. And am I able to mark the targets? No, line of sight on that, so back out. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do here. I do have line of sight now. Let's hit that. Bang, bang. Target marked. Okay, now he's aware. Spray and pray. 2 attacks with less chance for a critical. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to do that one quite yet. It's good to know that that's there. 96%. Okay, we're good. Coyote, we got the shotgun. Alright. If you can hit this, we should be okay. Alright, good. 3 more karma. About time you got here, Paco. Who's your friend? Just another professional? I need to ask you some questions. Right now, I'm the guy who's saving your ass. Let's see. I can see that, and I appreciate it. Maybe we need to get you back to the Union. Mrs. Kubota has that med lab in the basement. No. She speaks through gritted teeth. No, I need to finish this other thing I came here for. I need to find something for Mr. Delilah first. A stash of gems. Delilah? I thought you said that you'd never do another deal with that man. Look, Paco. I needed an excuse to come back here and settle some debts. Figured I might as well get paid for it. Her voice is still strong, but her body's beginning to shake. Coyote, you need medical attention. Forget the job. Let's get out of here. Paco, help her get back to the Union. I'll find those gems, then meet you there. Coyote looks as though she's about to argue, but says nothing. Optional objective, find Stevie's stash. Okay, let's find it. Come on, Coyote, let's go. Very nice. Now let's do a little investigating. All right, it looks like my hit points are actually coming back, and I did pick up some more karma here to use. 12 looks like we've got. And we've still got the mission items there, but let's take a quick look, see what I've got to upgrade. 12 karma, magical. I wouldn't mind getting more ranged combat in because I was definitely missing those. I want to pop up the pistol. That'd be 7. Take those 2. What else do we have? I was leaning more towards... Let's see, +3. Can equip Renraku Craftwork? Not quite sure what that is. Is that just a higher level deck? All right, we're going to take that. The next one's going to be 4. Increases your chance to hit enemies by 15% when used. And what is this? 10%? So that could be 4. I wouldn't mind getting drone control. Okay, the next charisma is not going to do much for me. And the magic type stuff, no, we kind of want to stay out of that. So that's 3 on the decking. Might actually take the next one up, but what else do we have? 3 on the decking. Quickness wouldn't be that bad. What is this? It doesn't really Nothing quantifiable there. What if I do... What do we have? 9 left, so I could do pistol 2. Okay, so let's take Overwatch there. Ranged combat. Okay. Why can't I take that right there? Does this hinge on a different stat that I need to get first? So we're gonna take that. We'll have 6 points left. I can't seem to take that, but that would be great to have for the reload. Alright, we're gonna go all in on this, and we're just gonna save the other 2 points. I'll probably stack those someplace else. Alright, let's take that. Not quite sure that was the best way to spend the points, but let's do that there. Okay, let's see what we've got, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I believe there was a card on the body. Take a quick look in here. Doesn't look like there's anything to interact with over here. Let's go see what Stevie J had to drop. All right. Loose Nuyen, we'll take that. It's just old junk, so nothing there. And there was a third one. Grab it. Money clip full of Nuyen and a med kit. There was nothing there. Nothing up this way. And this was the elevator from downstairs. Let's see what we've got here. And it's a puppy! Alright, Hellhound's on the loose. 5 damage, 1 AP. Okay, what other options do I have? Single target, 1 bullet, increases accuracy. I don't think accuracy is the problem. Alright, so let's just take this. 6 damage. 9 damage. Got a crit. Six. 6 damage. Ooh. Alright. I'm gonna have to heal up after this. Miss. 3 damage. Alright, let's just take that. And... oh my god. We got a couple crits right there. That really helped out. But I had to use another med kit. Oh, I don't see anything over here. What about this, though? Find a small velvet bag filled with precious gems. Rare stone. We did get another karma there. Objective goal complete. Nothing else found here. Deliver the stones to Mr. Delilah. Turn to the Seamstress Union. All right. Confirm and go. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstress Union. Heads raise, and the front room of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking, his dark eyes flat with worry. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a closer look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and broken bone held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. Right. I'm glad we were able to save her. Unfortunately, she is in pretty bad shape. Mrs. Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding Coyote into the Union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on her missing bartender, the place gets quiet, fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eye. Fear. This woman has faced down hellhounds, but the sight of Mrs. Kubota has her staring at the floor and mumbling. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and then come back and bleed on my floor? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kubota. I had a run that went bad. Soka, I can see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me further. You caused me to worry about you, Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Hi, Mrs. Kubota. My apologies again. Sherry, take her downstairs to Dr. Castle. Yes, ma'am. And tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Mrs. Kubota, I can't afford a cyber arm. I am aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of fury, the debt of honor. Now go, bleed elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. Well, that's a plus. We got 2 more karma there. Her anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and is replaced by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to you. Received 1,000 new yen. Great. Domo arigato, Spade. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the Barrens. You've performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Please take it as a show of respect. Whiz, I could use a bunk. I am honored, Mrs. Kubota. Thank you. You are most welcome, and I offer more than simple lodging. You will find that there is more to the Union than meets the eye. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer, a fully equipped cyber deck, and a secure place to rest when the dreck hits the fan, as they say. So this place is a safe house, too? Indeed. Normally, I require a percentage of the runner's income for the use of this facility, but as I said, you are family now. Consider it on the house. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. Alright, new objective optional. Meet all the black market vendors in the safe house. Find the med bay in the safe house. And we've got the piano code. GAFFC. Alright, so who do we have here? There's Mrs. Kubota. I think there were a couple other dialogue options that we had. Is Mr. Delilah here tonight? Let's say, you mentioned Coyote's Crusade. What is that? Coyote grew up in the Royale, but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim chips and became addicted to BTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through the chip house for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. So how did you get involved in all this? I am a former runner. Now I provide a safe haven at a marketplace for runners who need a trustworthy place to congregate and do business. Are any Johnsons or fixers here tonight? In addition to Mr. Delilah, you may wish to speak to Van Grass. He's often stage-side. Van Grass is a most often receiver of found articles, but occasionally has work. Okay, so he's a fix. What about Mr. Delilah? Yes, Mr. Delilah is in the back bar. That's usually where he does business. I'll be going. Okay, so let's talk to somebody else. We've got, looks like we've got a new bartender back there. Fancy. We've got a couple more patrons here. The Shadowrun skull, the iconic skull up there, hanging over the bar. Another round. So what did he say? All right. Looks like some empty tables over that way. Oh, got somebody right here. There's Van Grass. Doesn't look like anybody else, though. Ah, very nice suit. Looks expensive. Van Grass is busy talking on his comlink, checking his heads-up display, and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Grass. Make it quick. Busy is good. Talk to me. I do street work. Got anything for me? He still hasn't looked at you. He's going a mile a minute. Nothing for you tonight. Sorry. I'm doing a thing right now. Important thing. Talk to you later. Alright. Oh, hey, guy. One more thing. He covers his comlink for a moment. Tilts his head your way, but you can see he's still staring at his HUD. I'm a fence, too. If you got anything you need to unload, come see me. Alright. Looks like there's a stage for the live band up there. Nerps. Not much there. Okay, looking for a date. Those two are just chilling in the booth. These guys are talking, and we've got Johnny Clean right there. Mr. Clue. And... alright. Let's go see what he's got to say this time. Johnny leans on his seemingly brand new mop and surveying the crowd at the Union. Hey, Johnny, I'm looking for where Cherry took Coyote. Thanks for the tip the other day. Mrs. Kabuta said I should go to the safe house, but I don't quite know where that is. Piano's a little out of tune. Check it out. All right, very good. And what does Mr. Clue have to say? The hulking troll bouncer in the immaculate suit stands as impassively as ever. The absence of dust on his broad shoulders is the only real indication that the man never moves. He nods at you when you approach. Evening, I see Coyote's back, looking only a little worse for the wear. We have you to thank for that? The having her back part, yes. You have the gratitude of everyone here, especially mine. Couldn't stomach losing anyone else so soon after what happened to Sam. So you feel protective of the people here? Immensely. Toward anyone who walks through that door, be they employee or patron. Unless they mean ill will, of course. You mind if I ask a few questions? Haven't minded so far. So you hear anything else about Sam's death? People are saying it was the Ripper, but people say a lot of things about what they don't know, or what they don't understand. Okay, so I know where the fence is. How long have you been working here? I crawled in here after I awoke. Mrs. Kubota took me in and gave me a job. I've been here ever since. Okay, I should be going. Catch you around. Okay, so let's head downstairs. The piano looks like it's been here since the Union was built, but it doesn't look like anyone has played it in earnest for almost as long. So, let's see. Inspect the piano, play chopsticks, G, A, F, F, C, or leave. We're going to play the keys in order to get the secret door open. As you slowly peck the notes out on the keyboard, they spark a faint memory of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. You descend the stairs into the Union safe house. The entrepreneurial Mrs. Kubota has combined everything a runner might need into a one-stop shopping experience. Black market equipment, high-end magical talismans, and a fully stocked cyber deck. Okay, nobody to talk to. There's the locker over here. I think first we should probably go talk to the doc. Well, there's the arm sitting there on the table. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Looked like you could use a hand. Ouch. Bad joke right now. She looks down at her mangled arm. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to sit out in the waiting area. Watch some Trivid or something. This young lady and I have work to do. Mrs. Kubota never said what kind of cyberarm she'd pay for. Let's see. Take it easy, Coyote. We'll be here when you wake up. Who said anything about me going to sleep? Just give me something to bite on. You're a tough kid, but you're not that tough. Okay, Coyote. Let's take a look at your face. Leave it. Excuse me? Coyote. I earned this face by being stupid. I'm gonna keep it. End story. Whatever you say, kid. With one swift move, she sinks a syringe into Coyote's thigh. Nighty-night. We'll have to get our answers later. Okay. That wasn't too much later. She's got the fancy new arm right there. Coyote looks both better and worse than when you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged in. She's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now that the adrenaline is worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science, combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost as good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. Thanks, Mrs. Kubota will have me working it off for the rest of my life. She notices your expression. You look like you've got something on your mind. Yeah, I've got questions. She flashes you a puzzled look. And what kind of questions? About Sam Watts. Sam Watts, what about him? Sam's dead. Holy dreck. Sam. I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Well, tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I always did. No accounting for taste. Sam made some bad jokes. Not when he was sober. He was chill and funny. I guess I knew him best of everyone here. I'm sorry he's gone. But you served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. All right, so yeah, that's Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Met him. He's a charmer, too. She bites her own lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing them back, but good. Eventually, he got loud the way someone sometimes does when he's mixed drinks and who knows what else. And Mrs. Caputo wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around. I can't remember why. So she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw him. You said he got loud. You remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard stammed wreck. He grew up rich, didn't deserve this. How he hated his mother, how he loved his mother. Pretty pathetic stuff. Did Sam have any enemies? She thinks about it some more. Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard when he did. He ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion, but no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least none that I'm aware of. Okay, where did Sam live? On the streets, mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. And how bad was that drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro. Whatever he could get his hands on. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Wait a minute. So Sam was sick? Dying. Didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see it was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good even. All better, just like that. He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Thanks, Coyote. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run at it when I recover. I will. Alright, well, I did get the gems. Investigate Sam's bunk, optional. Deliver the stones to Mr. Delilah. Objective complete. Okay, so does that mean Paco's going to be running with me? Ah, looks like it. Now we've got... This must be Sam's bunk right there. Before I go in there, let's check everything else out here. Let's see what the doctor's got to say. In Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often used quite literally to describe any sawbones with the needle and thread. But in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with the shamanic fetishes. Okay. So, they do traditional medicine and unconventional stuff. The sixth world medicine is of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort. Perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder, like her own personal gargoyle. I noticed that before. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. And I suppose you were the one who patched her up. Impressive work? No Sheen, now fixing up her arm, that was a piece of work. You're welcome, Doc, and I gotta say, that was some work you did on her. Your talents may be going to waste down here. I'm just gonna go for the short, simple one there. Very impressive. Thank you. It's a shame she wouldn't let me repair her face, though. She's not too eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service med bay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. This is a Shadowrunner bar after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there's no one better place to set up and practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical support and supplies for their run. I might not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Yeah, let's get a little bit more information here. Tell me about trauma kits. Trauma kits are fully automated stabilization units that include a defibrillator, spray-on synthetic skin, and medical nanomachines that can save a runner's life if you move fast enough. So if you're bleeding out, you can get us, one of those can get us back on our feet. Exactly, but you have to be quick. This is Doc Wagon's own field tech, but even their stuff has its limits. Okay, let's see. See, medical supplies. What do you got? Okay, 1,000 new yen. Okay. And let's go to the bottom first. So we probably need more basic med kits. I'll have to check my inventory before we head out on the next run. But yeah, 1,000 for that stuff. Wow. Okay. What kind of cyberware do we have? We've got data jack, requirement for riggers and deckers, and those who want to use a SmartLink weapon. I wonder what a SmartLink weapon's going to be like. Has technology cyber legs for 2,000. She'll wash a bone lacing plastic for 3 grand. Adds +1 body. I'm gonna have to go find money. I don't know if there's a way to just grind money in this. Vision magnification. Renraku's basic cyber eye replacement extends and enhances your vision. Adds +3% to hit. That's not too bad. 750. I wouldn't mind taking the extra XP also. Silver Technology's basic replacement limb that adds 6 HP. Okay, so, and then we can't afford none of this. Data jack. Requires and deckers. Type jack. Essence cost 5. Okay, so I must already have just the data jack. It doesn't look like that's going to be an upgrade. That's already equipped. So we got eyes, body, right, left arm, right, left leg. Nothing there. What else do we have? I see shamanic fetishes. Are you a shaman too? While modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be, it's still an ordeal for both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I am trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. Okay, and what's that on your shoulder? This little guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing their recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but the results speak for themselves. All right, good. So, not much there. Let's go up this way. I've got to find more money before I start splurging here. Right, and this little dude doesn't want to talk. Right, there's a guy there. We got Eric Mersman there. Is that the guy we met downstairs? David Fry and TB Gruberman. I guess we're going to start over here. We'll just work our way counterclockwise around the room. Algernon. Kind of cool looking dude there. Past the bar. The edges of the safe house become somewhat indistinct due to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm, his mind wandering to the far horizons of astral space, while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young human, and welcome to this humble home that we call the Union. I am Algernon Halfdream. To ease your way through the sixth world, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells, and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Okay, let's see what he's got. Not really interested in getting any of this stuff. I don't think we could probably use most of it, but it is just kind of fun to see. He's got a lot. Let's just take it category by category. He's got Powerbolt, Mage, so we don't have that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we meet the requirements for anything there or there. Consumables. Yeah, we don't meet the requirements for anything. Nice meeting you, Algernon. What do you mean, no credit? Ah, yes. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not that you look bad now or anything, but each one will help you keep you on the right side of the ground. Okay, so does he have anything new? Ooh, we've got Alley Punk. So we took the tourist look. That's an armor 3, plus intelligence 1. So we add up to ninja outfit that grants the word dodge plus 1. That's an armor 3. Don't know if I want that. Alley Punk armor 4 was 3 HP, but if we took that, we would lose that plus 1 intelligence. That's going to be 750 right there. The black hat, the coolest hat in the shadows. That's armor 2. Secure clothing. Secure mage. Rigger. Samurai. So this is, yeah. Is the hat separate? Can I take the black hat? It's an armor 2. And that's going to get me the intelligence plus 1. That's 300. So that'd be 11 or 1050. So if we do the Alley Punk plus the black hat, I don't know if we can use that. Let's see. So cyberware. So outfits. Yeah, it doesn't say if it's. Yeah, it doesn't really say whether or not it's going to be 2 separate pieces or 1. Let's go see what this... All right, very ugly. Theodore Buster Gruberman is a well-groomed orc dressed with precision that suggests straight lines of a military officer's uniform. I like that. His hair is cropped short, high and tight as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obviously enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the lines of his suits. I like that. Does this guy have clothes too? When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers. calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course price. Bunker Buster Gruberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammo, or ordnance, I'm your man. What can I help you with? All right. What do you sell here? Things that go bang in all shapes and sizes, plus other odds and ends on occasion. Consider me your own personal armory. All weapons are guaranteed to meet strict UCAS military spec or your money back. In addition, I can handle routine maintenance, repairs, and upgrades if you so desire. And if that's not enough, I also teach a safety and instructional course every weekend. This week we're covering bayonets. Mark my words, they're making a comeback. So what can I get you? All right, let's take a look and see what he's got. Still looking to just run with the pistol. So capacity 28, range mediums. The damage is 6. Twice as much capacity though. And machete, baseball bat, Doberman. Okay, so I wouldn't mind actually going into a drone. That's 1,000. That's just a Class C attack drone though. Drone control 1. Basic combat drone that every rigger should own at least one. Or the smoker. Smoke trail. Okay, I kind of like that attack drone, but we need to get that up. And the med kits there. Looks like the med kits are going to be the same. So I could do one med kit for 150. The drone was 1,000, so that's 1,150. And this is going to be, that's only 150 as well. I don't know if I've got enough for that. All right, nothing right now, thanks. Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bit storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. David Fry II. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware or software that exists, and if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer, or anything you need? Yeah, what's a deck? We'll just go into the basics here. You jack into the Matrix or into the context of a run. When you jack into the local node of a facility you're in, the deck determines how many programs and ESPs you can carry and the firepower of your base Matrix attack. Decks have IP. When a deck's IP is reduced to 0, you'll get booted from the system. And it'll hurt, okay? Understand? And a program in the Matrix allows you to defend your avatar against countermeasures and enemy deckers. There are a wide variety of different programs for attack and defense at different power levels. As you progress as a decker, you can use more powerful versions of these programs, okay? And ESP. Johnny, you want to take this one? All right, it's my friend Johnny Clean again. Sure, when you infiltrate a facility on the run, you have a team. When you jack into the Matrix, you're all alone. That's where ESPs come in. An ESP is a highly advanced artificial life program, which when you deploy it, manifests as another team member in the Matrix. Different types of ESPs have different abilities. Okay, and what do you got for sale here, gentlemen? Okay, the Renraku Craftwork 1. That's 750. What was the other one? So I don't think I'm going to be able to afford this plus the other upgrades. Let's see. So I own this one. So this can run 4 programs, 2 ESPs, Evasion 2. So this one looks a lot better. I'm thinking I'm going to lean into that one right there. And what are these? Killjoy does -1 AP to a single target. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff right there. Don't know if I want to go for that. Do I want to lean into the drone a little bit more? I'm thinking yes. What was that? That was 1,000, so I might be able to afford that plus this. Okay, we're gonna have to come back here, so see you later, man. I'm being rude. Let me also introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend Johnny Clean. While in the same coveralls that you saw him upstairs, down here, leaning over a workbench crammed with circuit boards, cables, and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be of help if I can. So how's decking used? I don't think we've had a mini game or a little tutorial on this one yet. The decking skill is often used just on terminals in the real world to get information, hack doors, etc. But occasionally a run will have the option or the requirement to go in the local matrix LAN of the facility you're infiltrating in order to gain access to valuable info or control more important things in the real world. And why are you dressed as a janitor? Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and getting out of systems so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the Matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of a part of me. I get it. Clean runs, Johnny Clean, that makes sense. Is it true that you were part of the Echo Mirage team? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known this guy for over a decade and he's been smart enough not to tell me. So he's sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and not his, best to let the subject drop. Okay, so I didn't want to step on any toes there. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But let's go back. I think I want to invest in this. Let's take a quick look, though, at that drone tech I was leaning into. Close combat, throwing weapons, intelligence. Used in decking or rigging to calculate the chance to hit with computer programs or drones. So that intelligence is definitely going to be a boon there. So we got the decking there. Right. So yeah, we're at 4 for decking. ESP control, power of the decker's expert security systems. I kind of like the drone control, so I'm going to take that. Class C drones. That's all I really need for that. The drone combat. And we've got 3 karma left. Do I want to go for that ESP control too? If we're going to be doing the decker stuff, yeah, let's try that. And we got 1 karma. We could do biotech to get a little bit more hit points. I think we'll do that. Confirm. Okay, we're good there. And kiss, kiss, bang, bang. Love that one. You, my friend, were right to check back with me so soon. Circumstances can change just that fast. And you know that you need more things that go boom in your life. Check out what I've got in stock. Okay, so this is going to be 150. Okay, so 150. That's the weapons. We're going to upgrade that. We're going to take the Doberman for 1,000. And so it's 1150. Probably want to grab one more med kit. Or do I want to leave the med kit here? Let's just confirm these. Secure decker clothing. Okay, full. So is this the new one that we just got? Okay, let's just do it one screen at a time. Weapons. So I don't need 2 of them, do I? So that's the Black Scorpion. Low-grade pistol. Most common gun in the shadows. Everyone owns at least 1. Alright, so how do I unequip this? I'm not quite sure. Okay, so in stash. Jazz, combat sim that increases quickness +2 and AP +1 for 5 rounds. So I don't know how to actually equip these. So I want that equipped, I want that equipped. I want to unequip this, and I'll put the drone up somewhere. I'm not quite sure how to do that, so what if we just clear all? Want to equip you, and the deck. This is the Sony CT-Y360. Wouldn't mind getting the upgrade on that, but yeah, let's see. And we've got in stash, I've got boom, boom 2, boom, 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 and we could probably get the other one. So I could probably sell this and these to get some money back. Okay, let's take a look at what you've got. Am I actually able to sell things to them? Oh yeah, sell items. Consumables, drones. How do I sell items? Items in cart. Used to, oh, there we go. We'll get rid of those. Exits. Okay, we're good right now. Oh, so that just kind of follows me around. Nice. Nice. All right, so I want the cyber deck. I think it was $750. We'll check it out, but let's head over this way. Now, what's in the locker here? No bunks available. Oh, is this just a stash? Yeah, okay, so it looks like... doesn't look like there's actually anything new in there. That's just my own personal stash. Oh, is this Sam's bunk? The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Let's check it out. Pictures of blonde boy and girl, both about the age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl's planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with their fingers. All right, I wonder if this is Sam and Jessica. Ah, yes, written in a woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica. Lake Sammamish State Park, summer 2040. Okay, let's grab that. So we did find a slip of paper in Sam's pocket. One of his belongings in the morgue with the word Jessica scrawled on it. Okay, so we've got that. I think we are good, ladies and gentlemen. We have rescued Coyote. We've got out there. We're going to have to take the gems to Mr. Delilah next time, but we have made some new friends. We did get a safe house, a base of operations, kind of. We've met a couple black market arms dealers, gear. I want to save up for a new deck and some different clothes, but we're going to have to find a way to kind of grind for some cash on that. I do have a drone backing me up a little bit, and I think we've got Paco on the team. I'm not sure if he's going to be staying with us the entire time, but we will pick this up again next episode. We're going to see where this twisted story takes us, guys. I do appreciate you hanging out. If you've watched for the entire thing, I do thank you so much. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next time.